It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mike Arning with True Speed Communication, and we have a good guest lineup here today, something a little bit different, but still in the sports arena, and definitely something with Phoenix ties. Dave Tilson, the Fiesta Bowl chairman, in between him and John Junker, Fiesta Bowl president, of course, the two-time NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion, Tony Stewart. And Dave, tell us why you're here today, and tell us about those yellow jackets.
Well, first of all, I wanted to thank everybody for coming out. We are here today to announce that Tony has agreed to be our parade marshal for our parade on January the 3rd, and it's a great honor to have him. We want to make him an honorary Fiesta Bowl member, so we brought him like the yellow jacket, like the Masters.
So we'll have a Masters-esque moment here. See, it's not only the New York City banquet where Tony puts on a suit, it's even here.
And I'm sure that all of you guys don't know, but we've, over the years, had a lot of sports figures be the Grand Marshal. We've had NBA players, baseball players, golfers, Olympic gold medalists, women golfers, women baseball players. So it's something that's exciting for us to have somebody of Tony's caliber in racing. Tony and I were talking. I was a motorhead. I grew up watching racing everywhere, dirt racing. I love what Tony's doing for the dirt business. I know we're in a NASCAR event, but you can't help but love that kind of grassroots help of people that have a love of the sport. You know, Tony's one of the few guys. I watched him race out here when he was 17 years old on this track at the Copper World Speedway or Copper World thing. It was always exciting. He was always competitive. Him and Kenny used to have some bang it up, knock it out, crash at the end. Those were always exciting. You know, you love it as a fan. So Tony's won at every level in racing. I don't need to tell you guys that, but it's very exciting to have him as our Grand Marshal. He's actually going to have the cars in the parade. That's something we've never done. So that's really exciting.
And John, if you can elaborate a little bit more on Tony's involvement with the parade as well.
Thanks, Mike. We're really excited to have Mr. Stewart serve as our Grand Marshal for our upcoming Fort McDowell Fiesta Bowl parade. As Dave said, we've had Olympic champions, we've had practically every kind of sports figure, but this is a first for our Fiesta Bowl parade. It's a great Arizona tradition, the single largest one-day event in Arizona, and thrilled that our first foray into NASCAR is a gentleman who's a champion at every level of racing and a champion in terms of his community involvement and his commitment to people. Tony, we're thrilled to have you at our parade upcoming, but also Tony will be tossing the coin at pregame at the upcoming Fiesta Bowl game, which will be January 5th at University of Phoenix Stadium for the upcoming Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Tony, we're thrilled to have you join us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us. It's a huge honor to be a part of the Fiesta Bowl festivities, and definitely looking forward to coming out here at a part of our year when it's normally freezing cold at home, come out somewhere where it's nice, and obviously get to see a great football game. So just very grateful and honored to be here with you guys, and look forward to seeing you guys in January.
Thanks, Tony. We're thrilled to have you.
Great. And Tony, you have a lot of ties to the Phoenix area. Certainly, it's argued that Phoenix International Raceway is where your professional career began. Can you talk a little bit about that and why it makes a lot of sense for you to be a part of the Fiesta Bowl as well?
Yeah, this is, and I'm not sure that we hit on it every year, but, this was the place that kind of was the turning point in my career as far as deciding that I was going to quit working at a machine shop in the winter. Actually, we were in the winter, actually, when I was working in the machine shop, and we came out here, and I ran second to Mike Bliss in the Silver Crown Series at the Copper Wheel Classic, and it was basically the turning point for me. It was, that's when I made the decision that if I could try to run a couple more nights a week than once or twice a week, maybe I could make a living as a race car driver, and that was when I made the commitment in my life to to make that change. So Phoenix has always been a West Coast home away from home, so to speak. After that, because of my involvement in the IRL, we used to do a lot of tire testing for Firestone out here, and Buddy Job and his family have owned this facility for years and have always been really close friends. So, this place has always been very special to us and close to our heart.
I think, Tony, I'd add the Fiesta Bowl, certainly grateful to you and your people, to NASCAR and Brian Sperber and the people here at Phoenix International Raceway for all their support and cooperation, because just like our college football game is a way of life, it sure is here for NASCAR when the big show comes to town twice a year.
And as a matter of history, just so all of you can maybe get a little better sense of the tie-up, when the NASCAR came back to Phoenix full-time in 1988, the Fiesta Bowl was the original sponsor, one of the 5 major sponsors, and we were for many, many years when NASCAR came back to town. So we've sold a lot of beer here. We ran a lot of events here for Buddy. So we've had a long time history of being involved with the sport, and so this is really exciting for us.
Great. This also serves as Tony Stewart's media availability, so obviously questions pertaining to his Grand Marshal position as well as anything going on here in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. By all means, we do have folks here with mics, so just as protocol, please state your name and affiliation. I'll get you a microphone. We'll start right here with Jim.
Jim Noble, FSM for Tony. Is there a particular college football team that you follow that you'd really, really like to see in the Fiesta Bowl this year?
Yeah, this was, honestly, we spend so much time this time of year, getting ready for the end of the season. By the time the Fiesta Bowl comes around, I'm just happy that I get to normally sit still long enough to watch it, which, that's kind of become a tradition for us to, in our off season, with it being so short. So all I care about is that we got 2 great teams come and play a great game. So that in itself will be special no matter who it is.
David Poole, Sharp Observer. I looked on the list. This is something else you can hold over AJ's head, by the way. He's not on the list.
He's never done this?
No.
Cool.
Just
I appreciate that, friend.
When you go through a season, you went through a while this year without winning a race. There's a couple guys who are used to winning races that haven't won.
Right.
And I guess you can convince yourself it's not that big a deal till you win one and you realize it would have been a big deal if we hadn't won. Just talk about how important it is to not have a season where you have a 0 in that win column in the sport.
I think the closer the season's coming to the end, obviously it's the more thankful we are for our win at Talladega. We obviously at that time of the season we wouldn't have predicted that with 2 races to go that we would only have 1 win in our season. So it definitely puts a lot of emphasis on that particular win now. When you start your rookie season off with 3 wins and all the way through your first 10 years of your career, you've not had a winless season, it makes it that much more important to keep that streak alive. And it's as competitive as we all are. I mean, when you've won every year, you don't want to end the season without having won a race. I think that would really, I think that almost be probably the most devastating part of a season, to say you had a season that wasn't successful because of that.